Hello, welcome to my channel, Renzo here. Today I'm gonna paint another portrait with pastels. Okay, I'm gonna use this brand Toys on Dior, but you can see it. I'm gonna show this in a minute, okay? Okay. Let's see. Okay, this is pastel I'm going to use. This soft pastel. Okay, and on top of that I'm gonna use this one. Chalk pastels, coloring pencils. Okay. Now you can use just one if you prefer, but I'm gonna just add a base with this soft Toys on Dior pastels, and then I'm gonna use the pencils. Hello Frank, hello Shirley's, hello B Sparkle. Okay, I'm gonna start sketching. I'm gonna use this kind of brown, kind of reddish brown. Let's see. I'm placing the top of the head up here and the bottom around here. The first thing is see the overall shape. Let's block the overall shape, okay? Something like this. And for blocking the overall shape, we can use straight lines. Okay, I think this is okay. The neck is here. Now the center line. For this, it's a good idea, use our pencil and put this on top of our photograph and move it here to get this right, okay? Now the line for the eyes. Here, usually in a front view, the eyes are in the middle of the whole head. But okay, because he's watching up, the face is tilted backwards. Okay, that we cannot use the measure. What we need to do is just visually measuring, let's say guessing where are the eyes. Let's say around here. Visually measuring is what we do when we guess. For example, we trace a line and we guess where is the middle here. We trace a line and we split this in 3 portions. Okay, again we split this in 4. That's guessing, that's visually measuring. Okay. Now, I know that from the brows to the nose is the same distance that from the nose to the chin. Because this face is tilted back, that changed too. Okay, this measurement that's gonna be shorter and this one is gonna be larger. It's the same with the forehead. Okay, at the end we have something like this. This distance here, and then it grows to here, and then it grows to here. You see how it grows? How it grows? Okay. Okay, hello Ruby. Hello Lu. Okay, I'm using Kenson. I have here. This is the paper I'm using today. I did use this paper yesterday. Kenson 160 grams. Okay. Okay, let's continue. Now, one thing that you can use to find where are the corner of the eyes, you can trace from here a 45-degree angle. and you're gonna be pretty close to the corner of the eye, and then you can draw an eye here, the same to the left, an eye here, and we know that from the corner of the eye to the corner of the other eye we can count 3 eyes. Okay, now the nose. Usually the width of the nose is the same width of one eye. Usually, but not always. That changes a lot. In this case you can tell that it's not the same width. It's wider, the nose is wider. Okay, what about the mouth? Is wider too. And another measurement is usually the corner of the mouth is aligned with the inner part of the iris. Let's say here's the iris. I use this side and trace a line down, and this is gonna meet here, around here, the corner of the mouth. Okay. Now let's draw the mouth. For the mouth, we measure from the bottom of the nose to the bottom of the chin, half. The half, and the half that's gonna be for the bottom of the bottom lip. Now this change again. Why? Because the face is tilted back. That means that this is gonna be, it's not gonna be in the middle. This is gonna be a little bit larger than this. That means that we should move the mouth a little bit up. Okay. Now you see how I'm drawing the mouth. I'm using straight lines. You can continue using straight lines to draw the nose, the eyes. Okay, you have more experience, you can go directly and make curves. Okay. Okay. Stepping back, measuring, visually measuring, trying to see if everything is okay. There. Looks like everything is okay. There. Now that's gonna be enough for me for the drawing. Of course, this is optional. You can go and draw with a lot of details. With this is enough. I'm going to start just painting the light and the shadow. Okay, since we use pastels, usually we have a lot of colors. It's different than with oil paint. With oil paint we can mix a lot of colors. With pastels we already have, we can have 50, 100 colors. Okay, we can use all of them and try to just paint each area of the face and try to copy the color we see. Now for me it's better to start simple, because I just want to block the shape of the light and the shape of the shadows really good. And I don't want to get distracted at the very beginning thinking that the skin color should be a little bit more reddish, yellowish or nothing. Okay, now I'm going to start with a soft pastel, and I know, for example, I'm going to use this color. With pastels this is what happens, you add on top of this another color, and that's the mixture. Okay, now like I said, maybe you already have this color, then you can use it directly instead of mixing. For me, I'm just using, I don't have too many colors, and even if I have it, I start simple. I love to start building up on top of one color, more colors. Okay. Hello Jonas. Hello Monique. Do you, Ruby's asking, do you draw during this time only, as I want to join oil as well? Also, are you on Udemy? Okay. Yeah, I mean, yesterday I did paint with pastels, today too. Tomorrow I don't used to do a live streams Wednesdays because I have a group class, and that means Thursday, and I paint mostly with oils, okay, but I paint with acrylics too, and use pastels too. Uh, yeah, I don't have like a specific date. Like I say, okay, Mondays I just use pastels and Tuesdays just oils. Maybe I should do that, yeah. But it's just about just how I feel. Sometimes I just want to use pastels or acrylics, but mostly it's about oil paints. Okay, now I feel that I want to draw with pastels. Maybe I will do that Thursday and Friday. I don't know. Let's see. Now, one thing. We cannot judge this color right away, okay, because we don't have the background yet. Okay, the background is dark. When we have this dark, then we're going to be able to judge how light is this color. This is kind of just orange, and now I have brown. Okay, now you can use a stamp just to blend this. You can use your finger. In my case, I'm going to use my fingers. And you know that we have a little bit of oil on our hand. I do this first. I have a piece of soft pastel here. I do this just to get rid of the oil from my fingers, okay? And then I can do this. I'm not pressuring too much, really lightly. Okay, that's my light. Now let's do the shadow. This is just brown, okay? But not pressuring too much. Okay. I need to make a change here to my camera. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see. Again. Now, here depends how do you like the texture on the drawing. You can add more and more soft pastel because the more you add, the more smooth is the surface. Okay. For example, if I do this, I'm gonna press more. Okay. Thus, I love this because you know I don't see the tooth of the paper. I don't want to get that dark just at the very beginning, you know, because still drawing. I have to check out if everything is okay with proportions. Now you can get to that just using pastel pencils, but that's gonna take you more time. You're gonna stay there like more and more and more and more and more and more to the point that you get to the same. Okay, definitely I'm gonna go faster. That's when I'm using this soft pastels. But it's not like something that we have to do. It's just about the time you have. You know, I always try to finish up a painting or drawing in from 2 to 3 hours here on YouTube. Sometimes I cannot do it, but anyway, it's a practice. It's having fun for me. It's a challenge. If I don't get it in 2 3 hours, that's okay. Okay. Now the background. For the background, I'm using one side. So, obviously, I'm gonna cover faster everything. I'm gonna use my left hand. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Okay, doing this with my 2 fingers. You remember to take out the oil from your fingers, because that would be really annoying when you got a little bit of oil on your paper. That's gonna be kind of difficult to put more pastel on top of that. I have paper towel here to clean my hand. Okay. Okay. Hello, Phyllis. Thank you, Monique. Thank you. Jonas is telling, I noticed that it's the same technique as in oil, as you separate the light and dark sides there. Yeah, that's the same for, not just for oil, for acrylic, oil, pastel, for drawing. Yeah, it's the same for everything that basically we do when we try to capture, when we try to draw. It's gonna be the same for everything, because that's what we want. Okay, we want to first get the light and the shadow. That's 2 values. Okay, that's the only way to do it. Obviously not. But maybe if I'm gonna say that's the way to learn, to practice, or that's the way that if you go to a school of art, you're gonna learn. Yeah, basically that's the way we learn to draw, to paint. And I see, speaking about my experience as a teacher, I mean, as a student, and you can see some videos about some art academies. You're always gonna see those sculptures where it has a lot of light one side and shadow for the other side. Okay, that's the same. That's the idea is the student get used to see the difference between light and shadow, and it's just practicing with that a lot. And of course, the worst images that you can pick up for painting, those that would be the ones that it has like a frontal light, and you don't see any shadow. We need shadows. Okay, darken this a little bit up. and try not to pressure too much, okay? Okay. Now I can judge how light is my lid area. Now I have the background. It's not that dark, but it's enough to be able to see how light is the lid area. I'm gonna add more shadows here. Okay, need to step back. Okay, that's good. Okay, I'm going to add this orange again. A little bit of orange here, just a little bit. Okay, I need to clean my hand. Okay, now it feels this more solid, not so transparent. I want that. Okay. Okay, again with this. Now you can just stamp if you want. I have one here. Okay, here. It depends. I mean, definitely, I feel like I have more control with my hand, my fingers, but definitely I'm not gonna be able to make these details with my hand. I have to use a stamp. Okay, let's see if that's enough. I mean, I'm gonna add more pastel, a lighter color on top of that. Okay. Okay, now I can use these pencils. This just white, okay. I'm going really lightly. You can press more. Or you can switch to stick. This is gonna be faster because it's softer. You see? See the difference? Now, to use this, I consider that we need more experience because that's gonna be kind of difficult to make some details. We have more control with a pencil. It's just like the process slower. You see, it looks like I'm not doing anything. Eventually, I'm gonna get to this light. Eventually, I'm gonna light up everything if I continue doing this. Okay. I'm gonna switch to this color. It's more like a really light yellow, really light yellow, kind of a neutral. It doesn't look like yellow, but it's the color that is next to white. That means in this set of 24 colors, this is the lightest light after black, after white. Okay, you see, lighten up this. Gonna use white again. I'm just cross hatching, okay? Yeah, stepping back, I'm checking out. It looks like I'm doing okay. It's not just about color, okay? I have to check out the proportions, the drawing. You know, color is something that we can continue just adding more and more color. Yeah, okay. Now remember, about color, this optional, what color you use, because since, like I said before, I usually, we used to, people that used to paint with pastel, they used to have like a lot of colors. That means that you can just, let's say, do this, something like, pick up a stick and compare with let's say the photograph is here. You do this with different skin colors, to get close to get to the closer color that you have on the photograph. Okay, I'm repeating this because I don't want you to think that's the only way. Or I'm trying to say that I don't want you to think that I'm trying to say that's the way to work with pastels. That's what I like, because eventually I'm gonna try to get rid of this orangey color little by little. Okay, but that's I'm gonna feel that this orange like breathing beneath the other colors, and that's gonna add some glowing to the skin instead of going directly to the skin color. Okay, for example, here is a little bit greenish. I have orange. I can add green, I can add blue with orange, and if I have a kind of a yellowish orange, what do you think is gonna happen? We're gonna have green. Okay. Another thing that we need to understand is about how light we go with the lights. Okay, one way obviously is to light up. The other way to make this lighter, that's gonna be for me making this darker and this darker. The shadow in the hair and the background. As dark as I go here, it's gonna look lighter here. Okay, why? Because contrast, just contrast. If you want something to look brighter, lighter, you just surround that with a darker color. Okay, if you have the option, if you don't have the option to put a darker color, you just need to add white to the color. Hello, Michael. Hello, sorry. Okay. Now, you see here, I have a different color. I have a little bit of this orange beneath this color. As a practice, I think this is better to use to mix colors here. But we practice mixing, and you know, I mean, we all the time we are mixing colors all the time on our palette, on our painting. Okay, if you get used to just pick up the right color for the right side, I'm not saying that that's not okay, but I'm saying that maybe you won't practice a lot of mixing because we already get it. It's like when you try to paint with oils the skin color, and you buy a set that says skin color 6-8 colors just ready, just right there, just to pick them up, just then, and there you have the right skin color. And when you have more experience, you realize that skin color it change a lot. It's not about from person to person, it's about the environment. Sometimes we want to exaggerate contrast. We end up with skin color, but it's a little bit yellowish because we want that. Okay, we want our painting glow. That's when we add more contrast between cool and warm colors. And that's the same with pastels, with anything. Okay. And I'm not saying that that's not okay to buy those sets of already skin color, that's okay. Everything works as a practice. It's not like, oh, don't use that, because no. Anyway, I mean, we're gonna learn something always from different, using different tools. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna use a little bit of blue here on the corner, on the edge. Why? Because I want to knock down this color here. To create the illusion that is turning. Okay, I gotta create the illusion that is just turning, and if I keep this color like the same intensity as this one, and that's not gonna be okay. Yeah, it's gonna look like both are the same level. Even that I'm planning to add a little bit of red here. Okay. Now remember, I have always with you a color wheel. Every time that you see that a color is just too strong, too vivid, too saturated, you know what to do. Use the opposite color on your color wheel. Okay, that's the simple way to neutralize any color. And the other way is use gray, black and white. Well, the easy way is use the complementary color, okay? Okay. I'm going to add a little bit of, where's my, okay. I have a little bit of red here. Pure red, I'm gonna add a little bit of pure red here. And while I'm doing this, I want to see how it's going to work here. A warm, a really warm shadow. I'm not saying that it's going to be just that color, okay? You know that I can pick up any color here. I can make this a cool color, violet, orange. The good thing about pastels is that we can add more paint, more and more. For example, I have this one here. You see, I can make this violet. And that's gonna work, okay? Now, it's not gonna be always about copying the photograph. I'm not saying that always it's going to be about copying the photograph. Sometimes, I mean, I love to copy the photograph, try to be really accurate. And sometimes I find just really boring to copy the colors of the photograph. Well, obviously, what I want to copy, and I try to, every time to try to be very accurate, is the proportions, light and shadows. I know how dark or how light is a shadow, or vice versa with the light. It's just obviously I want to create the illusion of three-dimensionality. Okay, and for example, this light here is not even close to the light on the photograph. It's more yellowish. I know that I can knock down this by adding more white and continue, but I want a little bit of this. You know that a yellowish color is gonna glow more than just white, but that's optional too. And it depends how much contrast you want and what contrast you're looking for. You're looking for just like a light and shadow contrast, just like dark and lights, darks and lights, or temperature contrast, warm and cool. Okay. Sorry, it's asking me what kind of paper are you using. I'm using Canson. Oh, thank you, Ruby. Hello, Monica. Okay. It's been 40 minutes. I gotta go a little bit faster. Just a little bit. Okay. I'm going to darken this area. This is just black. Okay. I'm pressuring here. I'm pressuring. I want this black to get into the tooth of the paper. Okay. Now you know that you can add blue on top of the black, brown, red, any color you want. I mean, that's gonna be dark, but I'm not saying that because you added just pure black, it's gonna stay there. No, you can add some color there. Okay. That's gonna change this black. That's gonna add some color to this black. Okay, here too. Let's see. Okay, I need to measure this, okay? Okay, I think I got lucky. Pretty close. Okay. Now by contrast, my shadow doesn't look that dark like it was 20 minutes ago, or like it was at the beginning, because when I didn't have this kind of black, okay, you're not gonna be able to judge all the other darks You need to compare, something to compare. It's like trying to compare the light area. You need maybe some highlight, some white to see how light you're going. It's the same with the shadows, okay? Now I can say, okay, I think this value is pretty good. I was thinking that maybe to light up this a lot, but now that I have this black, I know that I'm gonna light up this just a little bit. Okay, and I know that I need more shadows on the face. Now another thing, for example, you see how dark is this shadow here on the photograph? Okay, that's something that we can change, because maybe that this dark here like looks like even black. Maybe this looks definitely okay on the photograph, but maybe that's not gonna look that good on our drawing or painting. Okay, there are things that we have to always try to change a little bit. Those are really subtle changes. Okay. Okay, let's see some questions. It is just a higher level of copying from the photograph. Okay, that was a question? No, I don't think so. Sorry, it's asking me, it also works with color pencils? Yeah, I think so. I mean, speaking about contrast and all of that is just for any material. Roxanne is asking me, how do you choose a photo to paint or draw? It takes me a little bit of time. I mean, usually I prefer images that has more contrast, like this one. But sometimes I just love when I see a soft photograph without any contrast, and I say, okay, I gotta paint this. I know that's gonna be difficult. But anyway, that at the end is more what you like than maybe what you need to get a nice painting or drawing. I keep searching in Pinterest. It's just there, I go there just looking for photograph and always find something nice. Okay, now I want you to see how simple I'm keeping this, okay? I'm using this color and this one. If you buy this set of colors, you're gonna see just this, the first one, this and then this. And I'm using black, orange, brown. Okay, that's basically what I have here right now. I added a little bit of blue here to get this greenish color, and a little bit of red here and here. Okay, now you can go and add more and more colors. You can just, it's up to everybody how much color you want. And like I said before, if you want to copy the exact color of the photograph, or you just want to, I don't know, maybe by accident we can get a nice color, and we're gonna love it, that's gonna be okay. Obviously everything is a good practice. It's a good practice trying to match colors. It's a good practice trying to change colors. Now, if let's say somebody's interested in just mixing, okay, that means that the goal that would be trying to match as much as possible, get really close to the color you have in the photograph. That's what I say is optional. Hello Mary, how are you? These are Mary. These are Carbotello. This is what I'm using. Carbotello, Stabilo, Stabilo. I don't know. And I'm using this Toys on Dior. I started using this one to make the base orange, the light in the shadows. I use it orange and brown. That's it, to establishing the light and shadows. Okay. Now let's continue. Let's add a little bit of red. No, not yet. I still need to stepping back and checking out. I'm moving my eyes left, right, really fast. I have the image to my left at the same height of my painting. Okay, almost the same size. In this way, that's going to be easier to compare. And I try to keep it steady as much as possible. But in the next maybe 30 minutes, I'm going to start zooming in the image, and then I'm going to just get lost with the same. I'm not going to be able to compare with the same size, but I always try to use the image that is at the same size. It's better for the likeness, okay? That means that at the same time I'm using a little bit this method of side size. I always do that. Well, I always try to do that. Sometimes it's just difficult. This is just black. I'm not pressuring too much. Okay. You know what you're gonna see when you add pure black, that the color is not nice. It's muted. It doesn't look smutty. Remember that with pastels you can add more color on top of that. You can use a pure red and add a pure red and change that color. Okay. And it's not gonna look black anymore. It's gonna look. You're gonna see brown. Okay, I think this eye is just too big. Let's see, maybe I'm going to, let's see what can I do with that eye. I'm going to change to use brown. Okay, stepping back, checking out again. Hello Mervat. Ruby say use Faber Castell pit pastel. Yeah, I just, yeah, I have a set of those. Those are pretty close to this Carbotello, but I gotta say Carbotello is a little bit softer. Okay, let's continue. This is brown. Okay. 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 I think this eye is just a little bigger. I have to reduce that eye. Okay. About the proportions, I think it's okay. You know, I always try to check out the relationship between the eyes, nose, and mouth. For example, I can use the shape of this shadow, okay, as a shape, as something flat, and then I use this shadow, okay. I use the shape of this light. I'm comparing that, okay. I see this light here. I compare it with the photograph and I say, that's pretty close. That means that I'm doing okay. Okay, I have this orange. If you want to follow the video, you have the same colors. This is number 221. I have just a set of 24 colors. And I have a link to this set to an Amazon if you want to buy the same set. I don't have a link to the paper, but I think that's a common paper. This Canson, it's like it's everywhere. 160 grams. Okay, let's see, step back. Yeah, I'm doing okay. Yeah, you know that if you want to knock down any color, you use the complementary color. If, let's say, if I feel this is too yellowish, too orangey, what's the opposite color? Okay. For example, if I want to knock down this, this is mixing the color here, okay. Remember that with pastel we have more options, not just about mixing it, just picking up the right color. Okay, and that's it. If you have a lot of colors, you pick the right color and you don't have to mix anything. If you want to practice more, get into troubles, just try what I'm doing. Now you have this, you see this is kind of yellowish. You can add white and add yellow on top of that. Okay, or you can add yellow and add white on top of that. That's gonna be the same. Okay, for example, this and this is different. I add yellow here now and kind of have the same color glow. Okay, if you want this yellowish light, this is too greenish. I added this just, I'm gonna add this dark red. Okay, I have to go a little bit darker with the darks, the shadows. Okay, I'm gonna use my soft pastel again, and I press harder to get those darks. See, for example here, I'm pressuring a little bit harder now. Yeah, now I'm more I feel more secure that I'm not gonna make a mistake. Okay, okay, that's okay. Now here. Okay, I'm going to use my pinky. Always remember to do this. You can use any color. I'm using just white now, but you can use any color. In fact, I'm gonna use a little bit of orange. Okay. I have an accident here. Okay. Okay, that's okay. Now here, what is the mouth? Yeah, the mouth. Let me see it. okay. Here, I'm looking for all these darks. Okay. There, that's okay. Stepping back. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, I'm gonna clean my hands. Okay. Let's see. Oh, where is? I need white. Okay, here it is. Let's see. Okay, I have white here. I have white here. Just pure white, okay? Remember, all the lights are not the same. If you make this like a your brightest light, because that's the brightest light, you cannot have the same light here. Okay? If you have it like that, you have to knock down this light. Make a difference. Make this, maybe you can make this more neutral, this warmer, yeah? Or just less white. Okay, a highlight on the nose, that's a must. That's something that we need to add always a highlight on the nose. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of orange here on this shadow, since the light is really strong. sometimes we see some orange on the shadow. That adds some transparency to that area, to those areas. Now, no, obviously, I don't see that on the photograph. I'm not copying this. I mean, there's something that I have seen so many times. Then sometimes we can use that, or maybe not. I mean, I'm deciding just to use this, adding this orangey shadows there. Okay, let's work on the mouth. I'm using this red. This is more like a vermilion red. The colors here on this set, it doesn't have names, just numbers. Number 305. Too many colors on pastels. It would be so difficult to try to remember so many names. That's easier just to remember numbers, or try to remember numbers. This is a lighter red. And cross hatching. Some areas I just cross hatch and I don't blend everything. The problem with blending that sometimes we can just, let's say I blend this. Definitely maybe I'm gonna get red if I go with my finger of this bluish color. Adding a little bit of green. Okay, let's step back and see what's happening. Yeah, everything is okay. How do you erase with this method? Okay, yeah, that's a good question. I just needed eraser, and but okay, I make correction just by putting more pastel on top of the other color, just by adding more layers. Okay, but if I have to, let's say, move one eye up or down, okay, a good option that's gonna be just a kneaded eraser. Let's see what happens. Okay, I'm gonna try here to erase. Let's see how deep I can go. Oh, maybe I'm gonna try here. Let's try here. Let's erase this eye. Let's see what happened. How far I can go with this. I'm pressing really hard. Okay. Yeah, that's. You can use just the kneaded eraser. Okay. Now to get back here, I'm gonna use brown. It's almost the paper. Okay, I don't know if you can see. I'm gonna just zoom in this. Oh, first, oh, thank you, Luz Lazarte, for the super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Hello, Patty. Hello, David. Okay, I'm going to zoom in here to see this. Okay. Oh, my phone. Okay. That's basically the paper, yeah? Here's the needed eraser. I'm gonna pressure even more. Yeah, not too much. I don't want to damage the paper. Yeah, but we get pretty close to. Yeah, it's like pretty close to the paper. That means that we can. Yes, this needed eraser just to. I don't know if that's gonna work with this black here. Let's see. Oh yes, it works. It's working. Yeah, it's working. It's working. Yeah, I get almost to the paper. Okay. That's pretty good, yeah? That's pretty good. That's really good. Yeah, and I'm getting back. That's pretty good. You know that? I never tried before to erase pastel like that. Like, yeah, for me, it's been more like adding more pastel to make corrections. But that's really nice. This. Now I have to draw the eye again, but and I don't feel anything like I have damaged the paper here. Nothing. It feels really good. I'm pretty sure if I try again, maybe I'm gonna start just damaging the paper. Yeah. But right now, I don't feel anything at all. Okay. Man, that's pretty good. Zooming in the image right now because I need to. Okay, let's see. I'm lighting up the image that I have here. I need to see more the shadows. It's not a high res image. Yeah, but it's pretty good for working. Okay. I light up the image. Can you see here? I light up the image. Can you see that on my left? I have to put it back. Okay. Or maybe yeah, I have to put it back. But first, I need to zoom in and see some details on the eyes. I'm gonna use. I don't have a real lighter color to make those details. I'm gonna use white, but really lightly. Okay, really lightly. Now that I have light up the image, I see a little bit of it's clearer here. That was kind of difficult to see. I see that I have to close the eye a little bit. Now, it's always a good idea to have a darker and highlighted image. We know that we squint down our eyes a lot to try to see the values, but it's not enough. Nowadays we have, technology, and we have to use it. Sometimes I use Photoshop just to darken up or light up the image. In this way I can see more. But of course, sometimes it's not going to be possible to do that. And then we need to use a mirror or just trust our eyes. Okay, I think that's better. Okay, now I'm going to change this color. And this set does this color is close next to white. Okay. It's just like maple yellow or yellow maple, I don't know, with a lot of white, even more white. Okay. Wanna read the comments? Oh, hello, David Hinkle. Oh, that's awesome. Monica is saying I may pastel landscape scared, but have to tell that I'm afraid of portraits. Landscapes. Yeah, portraits are gonna be always difficult. Yeah. But it's about trying. I mean, we cannot expect to get something really good at the beginning, but this just have to try. Okay, let's continue checking out. Now the nose is kind of too dark. Oh, let's see. If you see the image, if you're able to see this image, the lighter image, you see that he has the nostrils is his nostrils are different. It's like this one is, I don't know how to say, but it's different, different shape. This one is a little bit higher than the other. For the people that are interested to paint with me, paint along with me, private, obviously private sessions. I have my Patreon account, okay, where you can find tiers starting at $4, where we paint every Saturday. For 2 hours we paint with oils, and then 2 hours with acrylics. Every Saturday, and then we paint for $15. We add one more day, Wednesdays, drawing. Okay, and for $100 we paint Tuesdays and Sundays. But that's, let's say, like a VIP group, just up to 10 people. When we use zoom, that means that I can see where you're painting I can just give you feedback just at the moment. Well, the idea is have something that is pretty close to a real life lesson classes, yeah, a real life session. I'm just using one color. You see this set, this color is, okay, so sorry. I don't see a number anymore, 105. I need to soften this edge here. I'm using like this, like let's say a brush with oil paint. I'm getting from the shadow to from this color to this color, going back and forth, and you see I got a soft edge. There's I added too much light there. I have to go back with brown and make it down. Okay, I'm gonna use blue. This way I make this a little bit greenish. This is a dark blue. For this area, I use this light blue. It's more like a cerulean blue, and this is more like a cobalt blue. With this one, I'm going to darken this light, and at the same time, I'm gonna get some kind of greenish color here. Okay, and with this one, I'm gonna get the same in this area. And if that's not enough, I'm gonna just green and green. I have this green and I have this green. Let's see which one is going to work. First, I'm gonna try with this one. Let's see this one now. Okay, let's add a little bit of red on the face. The nose, for example, let's always have a little bit of red. It's just something subtle, okay? Something subtle. The chin. Okay, we need a little bit of red here. The same, just subtle. Now, if you want to enhance all the colors, you can go and add more red, more orange, and that's okay too. One thing, don't just try to respect those reddish areas. I mean, don't add green for example, to the nose. Okay. Right on the upper and lower eyelid. Okay. We need to study a little bit of anatomy to understand the colors on the skin. It's not too much, just a little bit. Okay. I think I'm getting close with the likeness. And color. Oh, the color is, I mean, it's not the same color on the photograph. But I'm very happy with this color I have here. But I'm gonna keep adjusting this, okay? Yeah, maybe I added too much green there. You see that's too greenish? What you do? What would you do? You see your color wheel, and what's the opposite of green? I'm gonna read the comments. Maybe this needs to be added to the Wednesday drawing class. Oh yeah, oh, that's a good idea, Mary. Yeah, we can make it more is like just portion of the face, just the eyes, the nose, because kind of finish up a full portrait, that's gonna be kind of difficult for Pastel. Patty is saying, I mean, want to see Pastel used. Oh. Yeah. There's a link on my to Amazon in the description box to the pencils, to these ones, to the Carbotello, to the Stabilo Carbotello. I didn't place a link to these ones, but this is are pretty. I mean, both are pretty famous. Yeah. Can someone repeat once again the day and time for oil painting on Patreon? Okay. Oh, Monique is answering the question. Thank you. Thank you so much, Monique. There is a link to Patreon on the description box. Okay, let's continue. Patreon is kind of close to what you. I mean, obviously, it's slower, and sometimes I'm not able to finish up a painting. But Patreon is different because it's not about me finishing up a painting. It's about you. I mean, painting. Okay. For example, today we have a class on Patreon. I'm just warming up here for the class. There's another painting. Okay. Elba, oh, thank you so much. Okay, oh, people is willing to. It looks like people is willing to say thank you with money. Okay, I have a coffee. Oh, I forget that. I remember it now. Eh? I have a coffee account. I couldn't find the link. Wow. I'm looking for my coffee account. I haven't used that coffee account in a while. Okay, there's a description in the description box. I think that's the coffee. I'm going to place the link here. I have it here. I have it. Just a minute. No, I don't. Okay, here it is for people that want to say thank you, and they say that. Feel that you're inviting me to drink a coffee. That's my coffee account. Thank you so much, Elba. You know, I really appreciate. We all appreciate money, and we love money. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna use white really lightly. Okay, I don't want to make this white. It's just really lightly. Yeah, I think that's okay. I'm gonna use white to light up. No, no, not white. I'm gonna change. I don't know what's the color of his eyes, but I'm gonna use this. I assume that he has brown eyes. Okay, a little bit of light here. I see a little bit of light here. Just a little bit. Okay. Using black to darken the nostrils. On top of this black, I'm gonna use red. Okay, a little bit. Then I'm gonna use red. Yeah, my idea is to get that dark red here. I don't want to make this really dark. Okay. I'm going to darken up the background a little bit more. Okay. I'm just stepping back, checking out. Yeah, I'm going to darken while I'm thinking about the values. I'm going to darken the background. one thing I'm gonna light up here a little bit. Now remember that you can use the background to change a little bit of value and the color on the skin. Value, I mean, if I add a white background, definitely the whole face is gonna look a little bit darker. Why? Because of contrast. Okay, just because of contrast. Okay, and if I make a background kind of green, everything is gonna look reddish on the face. I'm speaking about things that are really subtle, but it's about contrast. Just about contrast. It's happening when you add. I mean, colors don't work alone. The colors are just. There is always an interaction between colors. All of them got affected. Well, one color with the other, and the other with the other. Okay, that's one of the reasons that it's always a good idea when we start painting. And you're gonna listen this from so many people. Kill the white of the canvas in order to get a better idea about values. Now, it's different if you decide to work with the white of the canvas, because that's different. That means that you're working, let's say, with considering already the white of the canvas. That's intentional. But for a beginner, it's always a recommendation to kill the white of the canvas in order to see better all the values. Okay, it's just contrast. Remember, comparison, contrast. It's like imagine that you use a red t-shirt. You're gonna get some reddish here under the mandible. Why? Because the red is reflecting. Okay, that was that. It's just a reflected color. And if you any color that you use is going to, you're gonna see a response. Okay, or a reflected color, or it's going to enhance other colors. Okay, now let's add some color to the hair. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna add definitely a little bit of yellow. Okay. I got a notification here. Oh, thank you, Monique, for the coffee. Thank you so much. You know that I have a Starbucks here, a couple of blocks from here. Okay, let's use this yellowy orangey color, and then let's You can add some color to the background. We don't need to have just one color, but remember that that's gonna affect our skin color a little bit, okay? Of course, if the amount of color is not too much, that's not gonna be something to be worried about. Okay, now that I have, let's say that I'm getting close to everything, the color, I think everything is okay, kind of okay. Definitely there are some mistakes. Oh my god, I see a mistake here. The mouth. Okay, I think I'm gonna move the mouth. Hey, something is not okay with the mouth. Or okay, I don't know what it is, but maybe it's about the nose. Okay, I was about to say that I'm gonna start jumping around the painting here and there, correcting here, and as always, keep squinting down your eyes because sometimes we stay in one area, let's say here, and I can start just lighting up here, and when I step back, I see that I just exaggerated that too much, and that happens just because we get caught up in one area. That's why a good recommendation is always step back and check out everything. Work a little bit here, then another area of the portrait, and continue moving, and checking out the portrait as a whole, not just one area, not just because you got one eye perfectly okay. Okay, even if we have one eye perfectly good, amazing, and the other eye is up, I mean that something is off. Yeah, I mean proportion is going to damage our work more than anything. If the proportions are not okay, if the alignments are not okay, that's going to damage your painting. And it's just like we are working on something so delicate here, so fragile. We're building something that could be destroyed just by some mistake on the drawing. That's why we have to be checking on this, okay? Alignments, all this. And I have a mistake on the mouth. Something is not okay with the mouth. I think this left side is just too big. Maybe it's that. Okay, I'm gonna reduce it and I check out again. Okay, now after saying that, I gotta say that at the same time we have to be like checking out all the time, and at the same time there's always gonna be some mistakes. Okay, maybe nobody's gonna notice a mistake. Maybe we just the only ones that we notice a mistake. Okay, I mean that's something that we do with our own hands. Yeah, we're not machines. Something is gonna be off a little bit, and that's okay. And this feeling that we have about when we're gonna get, I mean, where we can tell that our work is ready or we finish up, that's something that nobody's gonna know. Because we always have that, we always have this feeling that we can do something more. Yeah? For me, it's just like, okay, I got tired. I don't want to draw anymore with this particular drawing, and that's it. I'm not saying that I'm giving up. I'm just saying that after 3 hours, 2, 3 hours, I consider that I did put a lot on in the portrait or painting. If I made a mistake, that's okay. But I'm always checking on the same and not relaxing about, okay, my drawing is okay because I traced the drawing and I don't have to be worried about it. No, no. Even when I trace the drawing, I'm checking out proportions again and again. Okay. Hello, Daniel. Stephen, what time do you go to bed? Okay. Oh, maybe it's kind of late for you. For me, it's 3 on the afternoon. Okay, squinting down my eyes. For example, I see that I need to light up here a little bit. Okay, stepping back again. Okay, I need to darken here a little bit. Okay. Everything is okay. A little bit of orange on top of this. It's not like orange, it's more like a yellowish orange. Okay. Okay, let's see, stepping back, squinting, checking out if I have to light up the neck a little bit. Yes, just there. Okay, I need more light here. Okay, I need a little bit of blue. really lightly. Okay. I need some green. This one. A little bit of red here, red here, red here. Okay. I need to step back. Okay, okay. Okay. Monica is saying my main problem is with proportions. Yeah, I mean proportions, that's gonna be always hard to master, but one simple method that I mean that's gonna help you a lot is the Loomis method, the Andrew Loomis method. Okay. Okay. Add a little bit more green. Okay, this is good. Okay, I'm thinking a little bit of green here. Okay, we got dark blue. Okay. Okay. There. What else? What else? I'm going to grade down this light a little bit. Okay. Okay. Maybe not. Let me think. I'm thinking about the contrast. I think that's okay. But okay. Okay. Yeah, maybe if I add more shadow here, definitely I'm gonna create more contrast. Okay, one way to, let's say, instead of creating contrast here by adding dark, which is gonna make this looks more whiter, I can add a lighter color. Okay, and what's gonna happen when we add a lighter color? That's we're going to create the illusion that this light is glowing. Okay, like the light around the candle, the same. Now, obviously, we can try this, see if it's working. If it's not working, just we put black there or a darker color there. Well, what else? Okay, I see some light, some little tiny reflected light. Okay, here, just some tiny here, like here. Okay, we can exaggerate that a little bit. Oh my god, see? I'm gonna soften that a little bit. Okay, another thing that we can do is with this reflected light, we can exaggerate this. You see kind of orange here on the photograph? You can exaggerate that orange. Okay, let's imagine that the light is coming from here, this light, this reflected light, yeah? And that's exactly, I think, that what's happening, yeah? You know, this light is warm, it's gonna be hit here, bounce back, and usually the light is coming from up. And that's why the reflected light is gonna be warmer below here. And it goes up, it lost that warm color, get lost, and it looks a little bit cool up here. That's what happens with light. That's happening with light because light bounces everywhere. Okay. Now it's up to you how much you exaggerate this color. You can just exaggerate this color a lot. You see how orangey that is. And that means if I exaggerate that, I have to do what? Spread that light up here. Okay. I mean, I'm just exaggerating something that I see, but if I don't want to do that, that's okay too. I mean, I can just, if I have this orange, I can add any blue on top of that and make it greenish again, and knocking down this. Okay, it's optional. Okay, and now we see warm light, a warm reflected light, and up here is a little bit kind of neutral, cool. If I gotta just copy the photograph, I gotta say that I see more orange here. Yeah? All this, that means that this reflected light is really strong. The strength of this warm light is spread all over up here. Again, that's optional. That's just something that sometimes we want to do it. Sometimes we. I mean, that's gonna add something to the portrait. Definitely, color adds. Yeah. But those are things that we start thinking at the very end, when we have the proportion okay, when we have the difference between light and shadow okay. Okay, we can start thinking about those things to enhance, like for example, any touch, yeah, like let's say a blue touch here of color, like this, or here, something like that. Okay, I do that. If you want to add color, you can do things like this. Now be careful, because obviously the idea about adding color is not to start accents. Okay, think about accents, not to make this all blue and enhance all the colors at the same time. No, it's about accents. What the color that we have the most, the colors that we have the most are grayish colors. That's the one that are just the difficult ones to control, but we have a lot of them. It's not like when we see a colorful painting, it's not full of colors. It's just a perfect balance between accents, saturated colors, warm colors, cool colors, and of course grayish colors. That's the difficult ones. Yeah, because when we see around or space, around the street, around anywhere you are, you don't see like yellow glowing there, or orange or green. We don't see pure colors usually. Yeah? It's more like grayish colors with accents. But that's for another story. That's for color theory. Okay, that's it for today. I think it's been 2 hours. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with my drawing. Well, since we're using a lot of color, we can call this a painting. I'm pretty happy with my painting. No, when you use more than 3 colors on a drawing, you can call it a paint. I tend to call these drawings, but I remember right now one of my teachers, he used to tell me, that's not a drawing anymore, that's a painting. I say, okay. And I keep saying, but this drawing, it's not a drawing anymore, that's a painting, because you're using more than 3 colors. And I go, okay. A little bit of yellow here. Okay, that's it. Any question before we finish? This left side is more difficult. Monica is saying that. Yeah. The shadow side is always difficult. The shadow side, because there are so dark colors, we don't know that the brown color, we can end up easily making this color milky or really muddy. Okay, that's easy too, and you fight back that by adding some accents. Let's imagine that you have this color, it's just completely muddy. You see that's brown, you don't like it. Pick up a red and go on the reddish areas of the face, little by little. Okay, those accents are gonna change a little bit the color. A little bit, okay, you need more. It's not like, but at least you have something you can do in order to improve a little bit the painting and don't see those muddy colors. Yeah? And that works a little bit. You know why? Because even if you add black and white, gray to the shadow, if you add a little bit of red, you're gonna see that something is starting to glow in this reddish light. If that works with just gray, that's gonna work with any color. Okay? But it's not just about that, okay? Remember, we need always to do something more. It's not just about one color. But or let's say that you have the shadow. The shadow is so muddy. Okay, if you add more color to the light, like a lot of color, nobody's gonna see the shadow. It's like this color is gonna be just boom, the one that's gonna glow, and this one is gonna work perfectly. Just being a muddy color. But it's kind of difficult to explain with words. We need to see that when we paint. Okay. I think there's not gonna be more pastel drawings for at least a week as soon as I get this color. Yeah. Because I end up using this color a lot. You know, if you have seen the video from yesterday, yesterday it was kind of this size. Not as much as this, but it was twice. Look what happened. Be careful with your pastel pencil. This happening is happening. It's not just because it's because I just I wasn't be careful. I wasn't careful with my pastels, and I dropped off this one like twice. And when that happened, I mean, definitely the lead breaks up inside. Okay, that's it. That's it for today. Thank you so much for being here, and see you next time. See you Thursday. Okay, but maybe if I get this pencil, I'm gonna continue drawing with pastels. If I don't get this yellowish pencil, I'm going to switch maybe to acrylics of oils. I don't know. Yeah, I just wanted to draw with pastels like the whole week. Okay, bye everybody. Thank you so much. Oh, I see some questions. But do orders you are supplied by local or e-commerce? Just to go here to another store. It's like at 40 minutes from here, but I go like once a month. And I have to go maybe tomorrow. No, I don't know when, but and I have a link, okay, to Amazon in the description box to these Carbotello pencils. Okay, I don't have a link to these ones, but check them out here. Toys on the Or. They're pretty good soft pastels. With these ones, I establish the base, and I work on top of that with these ones. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much for the super chats. Thank you so much for the coffee. Thank you, Elba. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Lou. Bye, everybody. Okay. I'm here. Thank you, everybody. See you next time. Take care. Bye.